Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina, and if you're new here, I'm an artist living in Little Rock, Arkansas. In this video, I'll be showing you tips on how I accept art commissions and the whole commission accepting process. This isn't the only way to do it, this is just what I do. I have been accepting commissions for 5 years now, and I will be splitting this video up into tips so it'll be easier to digest. Tip 1 is to build a body of work showing off the skills relating to the type of custom work that you want to do. For instance, if you want to do pet portraits, start by painting your own pet or maybe a family member's pet. You want to show people that you can do the darn thing before they feel comfortable paying you to paint them something. There's a lot of different type of custom art you can do for people. There's pet portraits, human portraits. I've seen house portraits done. Maybe you can do custom Christmas tree paintings, custom wedding cake paintings. I mean, the list goes on. There's so much that you can do. Tip 2 is to take really good photos of your art. It is so important to show your work in the best way possible. Make sure you take the photos in good lighting and adjust the color balance just so you can make the photo look as close as possible to the actual product. Depending on what you do, you might need like a backdrop or something, like if you do physical products. If you do need a backdrop, it is very important to make sure that it is simple, yet interesting. If you want to add props, just make sure they don't distract from the actual product, but rather enhance it and show off your style and aesthetic as an artist. Not all commissions are online, but when it comes to selling online, having a good photo is everything. Tip 3 is to figure out how you're going to accept commissions. Are you going to use Facebook Messenger, Instagram DMs, TikTok DMs, emails? Some marketplaces have their own messaging feature like Etsy. Whatever you choose, just make sure your messages stay nice and organized. The last thing you want to do is have a commission set up and struggle to find where it even happened in the first place. If you have a website, you can include submission forms so you can kind of get an idea of what someone wants before you have to reply to them. Tip 4 is to keep a table or organized list of your commissioned work. I personally use a table on Notion to keep track of everything, and it makes it so easy. I would be happy to show you a screen recording of my Notion, but the first column is the first and last name of the customer. The next two columns consist of check boxes indicating whether or not I got a deposit and or they paid in full. Next is the size of the painting they want, and the last column is the full price of the painting. If there's any extra details like deadline, I usually like to put it by the name, like Christmas deadline or March deadline if it's like a birthday or something. Tip 5 is to figure out where you're going to sell / collect your money. You can sell on marketplaces like Etsy. Etsy is really cool because people browsing on there can come across your item because it is a marketplace. If you sell through platforms like Big Cartel or Shopify, it is a little bit harder to get that traffic because you have to bring people into your website since it's not a marketplace. So you have to worry a little bit more about marketing yourself. While we are on the topic of money, I'm going to transition into the next tip, which is to make sure you collect a deposit. The last thing you want to happen is to finish a painting and then have a customer ghost you or say, oh, I can't pay until so-and-so date. The deposit shows that the customer is serious, and it also shows that you are serious. Tip 7 is to be clear with deadlines. Ask your customer if they need the custom done in a certain amount of time. You don't want anybody assuming that you can get a commissioned work done for them within like a week or two when realistically it might take you a couple months. So that's just something that is really important to be transparent about with your customer. Tip 8 is to be active on social media and share your work with the world. The bigger of a portfolio you build, the more people will trust you. And plus, you will improve over time and people will see that. Tip 9 is to create some type of sketch or mock-up of some sort to send your customer before starting on the final piece. I like to do a rough colored sketch at first, and then after that's approved, I start on the final product. Remember not to take too much time on the sketch. All that matters is that you get most of it down and the customer is able to understand your idea. Sometimes sketch revisions happen, and that's totally okay. It is a lot easier to fix a sketch than it is, in my instance, like a painting. Tip 10 and the last tip is to make sure that you send progress photos. It's not necessary because not everyone wants a progress photo, but if they happen to want one, I think it's important to send that to them and let them know where you are with the piece or the project. So yeah, those are my 10 tips on how I accept commissioned artwork. It's so different for everyone. There's probably more that I could even go over, and I might even make exclusive content content for my Patreon. I'm gonna start creating more in-depth content for my Patreon, and I will also be doing some physical rewards tiers. So if you would like to support me on there, I do have a Patreon, and I will leave it linked down below if you would like to check it out. Also, if you have any questions pertaining to this video, feel free to leave them down below. I would love to answer them to the best of my ability. And also, I hit the 200 subscribers that I was so excited about in my last video. I was like, I'm almost there, and I hit it, so that's really cool. I've noticed there's quite a bit more people subscribed to my channel, so I just want to say welcome. I'm excited to build this little YouTube community of mine. It is very small, very close-knit right now, but I'm excited to see it grow and to talk to you guys and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!